Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Underground, and today we are talking about the rapper Fat.
Andy Beats.
So, the rapper Fat, aka Fat Boy or The Fat Boy, was born and raised in North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina. He grew up being shown like a variety of music from his dad, so he already was just out the gate, exposed to a obscure style of music, even as far as Weird Al Yankovic, which I ain't gonna lie, he was one of my dudes too. That song White and Nerdy, that was my jam. Anyways, so he obviously had a big exposure in just a variety of music. Also, taking band class, he took up, I think he said, a semester of band class where he played the trumpet, and that obviously exposed him to a variety of music and more of the music theory side of music and all that. Professional side of music, I should say. What made him want to get into rap, or what captured his interest in rap, I should say, is one summer day he was spending the day at his grandmother's house hanging out with his cousin, and they were watching music videos on TV, and all of a sudden Biggie Smalls appeared on TV with his music video Hypnotized. And after that, from there on, it was on.
But what made me kind of want to get into rap, one summer I was at my grandma's house and I'm watching TV, and my cousin was into rap. You know what I mean? And he was watching the rap videos, and the Notorious B.I.G. came on the screen. And again, I liked the music. You know what I mean? Like the song, it was Biggie Hypnotized. You know what I mean? So like I like the music. The song is a classic now. You know what I mean? But I saw for the first time somebody that like physically I could more so relate to. You know what I mean? So it was like, yo, you don't gotta be LL Cool J and be muscular and you know what I mean, to be fly with the ladies, and you ain't gotta be even Heavy D, you know what I mean? He was light skinned, fly, you know what I mean, dap down. Big came out, he had the suits, but he also had on the jeans and the Tims and the hoodies, and it was like, yo, you can be a star or you can be, you know, make an impact without being a model, basically, you know what I mean? Like, this dude is the opposite of everything I had seen on TV up to that point, to be honest with you, you know what I mean? And I was 10 years old, and I was like, I want to try it. It wasn't even like, I want to get famous, I want to get rich. I just want to write, I want to try it. I like the rhymes, that sound like it could be fun. So I gave it a shot.
After he saw that music video of Biggie, not too long after that, he wrote his very first rap song around the age of 10 years old called African Queen. Although he never shared that song with many people until years later, he kept writing songs as a kid, just mostly his point of view in the of the world, you know, during your preteen years, just writing for a creative release and just for the love of writing. However, it wasn't until he was 15 years old when he started to take music seriously. That's when he literally was with a group during that time in high school. He was the youngest out of the group, and they all went to one of his group friends' studio, and they literally recorded it, put it on CD. So that was like big time back then in the early 2000s to be doing that, going to like an actual studio to record your stuff. So that was his very first time really starting to take it seriously.
Oh yeah, and for sure. And I feel like looking back on it, I was probably like, in my mind at the time, I was probably like the third or fourth best out of the group, you know what I mean? So I wasn't even like the top tier dude. Like I said, I was the youngest, I was still kind of new. It was definitely my first time recording. So I know what it was, you know what I mean? Everybody liked it, it came out good, it sounded good for what it was. But, you know, that was definitely the first time that I had that I felt like I was, hanging with the crew, that I was really, everybody else was nice, but I'm nice too, and we good, so that was, I don't know, that was a very formative period of time. I think I had a good start, starting foundation to want to get into music.
Phat had several names before he settled on the name Phat, and I'll let him go into more detail about that.
So I've gone through hella names. The very first name I had was Romero, and I don't know where I got that from, but that wound up spinning off into Remy, just Reme, and that's actually what most people called me in high school. And then my first, I guess, official rap name was Dirty Rascal. And Rascal spell Razkal. So definitely early 2000s. And that one, and there was quite a few between that. But then that one turned into just Rascal, and then I think I went to Big Truth after that. TRUTH, Too Real for You to Handle. And then I came to the Fat Boy, and then Fat came from kind of more of like the copyright thing, because you get the Fat Boys, like you go to Google, you get the Fat Boys, you get Fat Boy Slim, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of trying to move away from that and differentiate a little bit, separate it. But yeah, it's definitely been a process, because I had a bunch in between there. I mean, just between Romero and Dirty Rascal, there was like Midas Ken and Confucius, and I remember like Tony the Tiger or something in there. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of different crazy names that I was just kind of experimenting with. And I wound up landing on the whole Fat motif, because that was one thing that I was actually always kind of apprehensive about. That I'm gonna get on stage and they're gonna be like, yo, look at this Fat, you know what I mean? Or, whatever the case may be. And I was like, well, instead of shying away from it and being like, oh no, don't call me fat. Like, I'm a big dude, I'm fat, you know what I mean? Like, rock with it, you know what I mean? Somebody might like it, somebody might relate to it. They still gonna clown you either way, you know what I mean? But at least it has helped, because I've definitely had times where somebody be like, yo, dude, I ain't gonna say necessarily like verbally to me per se, you know what I mean? But you can definitely tell, like, well, bruh fat, like, I mean, yeah, it's clearly, you know what I mean? Like, you can't, you know what I mean? So you just kind of lean into it. That's how I went with it, and it worked out,
Once he finally settled on the name Phat, at the time he finally decided to record his debut album, self-titled album called The Fat Boy, which was a turning point in his solo career, and like pretty much the start of his solo career, honestly. It really gave him like the insight on like how to market his music, talk to people, to pretty much sell his music, because back then it was the year 2010 when he released it. So he was going around just talking to people like, hey, like my music sounds different from everybody else, give it a listen. So he really knew how to like get sales in there, market to people, and just learn more the professional business side of music making.
I was proud, you know what I mean? Because that was the first time I did copyrights. That was the first time I did digital distribution. That was the first time I did media base. That was the first time, the first time I really took a project seriously and wasn't just kind of like making a mixtape or making an album and just throwing it out there. Like I really was like, let me do this paperwork. Let me try to do it the right way, and follow some of the business tips and all that. And I learned a lot with that album. So even though it's tough for me to listen to, it's still on Spotify. You know what I mean? I left it up because I'm proud of it. Even though it's not my best work to date for me personally, it's just the creation of it, and then the learning of everything from it. Like I learned how to record myself. I learned, basics of mixing, and my dad made the cover. I went and got a photo done, and then he went and did the logo, the original logo I had, and front back cover. And so then I learned how to get my CDs done and get the covers printed. And then I took that and went out and was, you know, posted up in front of the gas stations and stuff and was just trying to sell them to people, you know. And I just learned a lot of the stuff that I know now back then, you know what I mean, about talking to people, because I would be on the block with that CD and I'd be like, yo, check out my mixtape. And over time, you learn the pitch instead of just, yo, check out my mixtape. It's like, hey, look, you know, I'm an underground artist. I'm just trying to put, you know, some positivity out there. I know it's a lot of like murder, kill music out there, but, you know, mine ain't really like that. Give me a chance, check it out, da-da-da. You know, I learned to talk, and not even just sell, but talk and communicate to people face to face. And it all just really helped out. It all just really helped out. So that CD, the Fat Boy, it definitely is exactly what it was supposed to be. Your first CD.
Since Fat debut album in 2010, he has came out with several mixtapes, singles, albums, features, everything, and it's all out on pretty much all streaming platforms. But if you really want to find most of his music, go to his website. Like, he has a lot more music on his website available for purchase than he does on streaming, but you can get a good chunk on streaming. And also check out his merch as well. That's also on his website. All of that will be in the description down below, along with his social media platforms, which you can also check out on his website, and follow him from there. And also, here are some words of wisdom that Fat would like to share with all of us.
Just really a lot of the ones that I rehash a lot of the time. Keep doing you, somebody can feel it. Basically meaning don't switch up. Like, I know everybody not gonna feel it. And sometimes it might feel like nobody feels it. But there is somebody out there that might even be a silent player that's rooting for you, that really likes what you have going on, that really likes what they see from you. They might not be the most vocal, but keep doing you. Somebody will come forward and enjoy what you have. Keep messing up until you stop messing up. That's how you get good. That's one that I've been using this year, because I've been trying a lot of new stuff, and some of it don't come out the best. You know what I mean? But you don't get good at it by just saying, I ain't gonna do it no more, I'm done. Keep trying, you know what I mean? Don't take life too seriously. Nobody makes it out alive anyway. That's one that I live by. You're gonna die, homie. You know what I mean?